welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Carly. I am a homeschooling mom to 3 boys, ages 12, 9, and 6. And today I want to show you our homeschool spaces. And now I say spaces because we don't have a dedicated homeschool room at this house. We had a dedicated homeschool room in our last house about 5 years ago when we started homeschooling. And it really just didn't work out for us. We ended up kind of always moving to the dining room table because we needed more space to spread all of our things out, or as you know, as a homeschooling parent, you are cooking and cleaning and doing all the other daily tasks of life while you're also doing school with your kids. And so it didn't make sense for us to be in a separate room all day. It made sense to kind of make our homeschooling immersed within our home during the day. So when we moved to this older house, and it's 100 years old, and so it's very compartmentalized and it doesn't have big open spaces, it made more sense to just continue to be working at the dining room table. But we do have a space that we use to store all of our homeschool curriculum. And so today I wanted to show you how I organize all of that. Just to kind of spark some ideas. I know this time of year everyone's getting their curriculum organized and seeing how their space is going to be laid out. And if you have a big homeschool room, that's amazing. If that works for your family, it didn't work for us. And so I'm actually in my living room right now because it's really hot out today and I wanted to sit under the fan for a minute while I did my introduction. So this is my living room, and we actually do a lot of our read aloud time here. And sometimes we'll do all of our gather round or morning basket time in here. It has a fireplace, and so it's cozy in the winter or on rainy days. And sometimes my kids will even bring all of their work out here and sit on the rug and do their schoolwork so they can snuggle with the dog or the cat. And so we kind of flow from room to room. We're pretty flexible. My kids, two of my younger 2 boys, they share a room and they have a desk in their room, and then my older son has a desk in his room, but they do not use those for school because I've found over the years that they get too distracted in their bedrooms. And so those are just mainly for when they're playing Prodigy, or if they want to draw and they want a space to draw where it's kind of separate from their brothers, they can do that at their desk, but we don't use those for actual school time. I also really like to monitor their computers and what they're doing, and so I don't like them to be up in their rooms with their computers for too long of a time. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to show you today basically our dining room, which is where we do most of our schooling, and then also what I call our homeschool room because it houses all of our curriculum and other things like that. But it also doubles as a guest room, so sometimes we will push everything to the side and set up some cots and call it good. If you have an old home, you know what it's like to not have those big spacious areas, and so we just kind of make it work for our family, and it's been really great since we've been here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn you around, and we'll start in the homeschool room, and then I'll show you my dining room. Okay, so the lighting should be better in here. If you can see, this room is my dining room, and then right off of my dining room is, I guess, what could be a bedroom, but we use it as our homeschool room. But as you can see, we don't have a table or anything in here. We do have a chair, and my kids will do their quiet reading time in here, and then my son will do his ukulele in here as well. But let's start over here. So on the top shelf, what I have is just, these are gonna be either books we're reading over the summer, read alouds, or they're all read alouds. So they're either ones we want to do, we're currently working on, or that go with our history curriculum. We use NotGrass history curriculum, so it has a lot of books that go along with it. As you can see, there's also we live in Michigan, so Michigan day trips and different things that I thought maybe we'd use this summer. So this definitely changes depending on what time of year it is, if we're doing summer or the regular school year. So right now this shelf is set up just for summertime. And then here's our basket, which I think I've shown in another video. So this will go out every day with us to our dining room table, and it just has all of like the essentials in it. I think I got this, it's at maybe like Goodwill or something, and it works out really nice. I think it's supposed to be like a utensils caddy, but it works great for having everything handy. We can carry it from room to room because, like I said, we kind of flow throughout our house during the day. And then we just have a couple of things over here. Again, this is still like set up for summertime, but I will transition it to the school year pretty shortly. So these are story cubes, which my kids use a lot when they're like doing like creative writing and things like that. And then currently we're working on reading through these honest history magazines. And then these are also some read alouds that we're working on. There's some watercolor in nature, a puzzle that we need to start, and just things that we use and need to pull out like quite frequently. And then of course an illustrated dictionary. Okay, I'm gonna back up just so you can kind of see what this looks like. Sorry, I have to step over my dog. So this shelf is used for all of our current curriculum. So anything that we are currently using or will be using in the upcoming school year. So like I said, I have 3 kids, and so it works out kind of nice. So each of the kiddos has a little cube for their things. And so my oldest, this is actually all of his curriculum for the upcoming school year. So I have that already ready to go for him. And then this is what he pulls out every day to do in the summertime. So that's got everything that he needs to do in the summer. And then these 2 things here he also uses in the summer, and he'll probably continue to use these 2 things throughout the year because it's a journal and then like a discovery journal and then a reading journal. And then this is my middle son, Henry. Again, I have all of his curriculum for this upcoming school year, and then all of his like summer stuff that he's been working on. And then my youngest will be in 1st grade. So Noah's going to be 6th grade, Henry's going to be 4th grade, and Jack will be 1st grade. So this is all of his curriculum for the upcoming school year, like up to here. We are using a couple of these throughout the summer. And then this is all the stuff that he's working on this summer. And then this is just a book that I use with him called Tinker Lab. So it makes it really nice because they know which shelf is theirs and what they need to pull every day. And then down here is, 2 of my boys are in private music lessons. So this is their piano books and their ukulele books and any of their music that they're currently working on. So they know they can come in here and pull that. And then my older 2 boys are doing this STEAM unit study kit. And then my youngest Jack is doing, I got him like kiwi crates for the summer. So their like unit study crates are right there that we can pull out and use. And that's all summer stuff that we've been doing. And then in the middle is, it looks like a lot, but this is our current history curriculum, and then all the books that go along with that. And it's our 50 states, so these are all the books, extra like supplemental books that we might pull out for our history curriculum. And so once we finish our 50 states, I'll switch it to the next curriculum that we're going to be using and have that here, because again, this shelf is all of our current stuff we're using. And then this here has actually got 2 science units because we're still trying to finish up marine biology. We're a little behind this summer, and then we're gonna move on to birds. So there's a whole bunch of stuff there for science that we're using. And then the last shelf is all of the games for either science or history that go like correlate to what we're doing right now, so we can easily find them. We do have a separate game shelf, which I'm happy to show you in a different video. It's actually upstairs of how I organize all of our games, but I like to pull the ones that go along with our unit studies right down here so I don't forget to use them, because that seems to happen sometimes if they are on the game shelf. Okay, so that is how we have all of our current curriculum, and then we just have some maps up there. So if you kind of turn around, this is a small room, but I'm going to try my best to show it to you. So again, I have like a little reading area, and then my son has his ukulele in here, and then this is for my youngest son, just a bunch of like different instruments and things like that. And then I'll show you the walls. So this here is kind of cool, and I think you're supposed to use it for artwork, but if you can see, these come out. And so what I do is I try and do whatever science unit we're working on, I'll put different facts in there and switch it out instead of putting my kids' artwork in there, because it works out really nice. So currently we're finishing up marine biology, so that's why those are in there. And then we have our periodic chart of the elements, and then this is how we set up. We do the good and the beautiful science, and so this is how we set it up. I always like to have like a couple posters hanging, which I can switch out for whatever science unit we're doing that go along with it. And then I have this thing, which I always put the unit study on the top in chalk, and then these are all of our vocabulary cards that go along with that. So it seems to work out really nice for us, and I've tried other ways to display it, and this is definitely like the win for us. And then over here, I actually need to update it, but this is just like you scratch off the states that you've been to. So we were in Colorado this summer, so I need to update that. And then at the bottom, it has each of the state flags too. So that's something that we need to update. And then my kids are just part of the good and the beautiful. They're doing like the summer reading program, so that's what we have there on the door. Sometimes in this space here, we'll have our like Melissa and Doug easel, and we do use that a lot, but we had guests just recently, and so I had put it downstairs. So let me see if I can kind of show you. There's Ellie. But this is the whole room. It's not very big. That door right there is a bathroom. So let's go through my shelves. So here I've talked about these in other videos. These are sandpaper letters, and I use those quite a lot. And then we just have some other things that we can pull out and use as needed. Just different things, whiteboards, clipboards. This is sight words that you can write on with chalk. And then these are like summer, like if you're bored, kind of like chips to pull out to see, different ideas and what you can do. This is just a random basket. If you don't have a random basket of things in your homeschool room, are you even homeschooling? Because this is what happens. They always end up just like random things that the kids throw in here. So you've got some bird calls, and they collect these little like animals from the hospital that my son goes to, and there's tons of those in there. A bug catcher, a duck call, because everybody needs one of those in their homeschool room. So yeah, that's kind of our little like random basket of things. We used to have like all of our nature study things up here, just like a big tray of them, and I need to move them back up, but we had moved them again because this summer we've had a lot of guests, and I wanted this space to be a little more open for them to like set their things on this flat surface. So yeah, normally this would be like nature trays with like things that they find throughout the school year. And then if you can see, there's our little monarch caterpillar chrysalises. So that'll be exciting. We found those outside and just brought those in from our backyard. And then right now there's just a United States of America puzzle there because we're working on the 50 states. And then this also is our office. I mean, we don't really need an office per se, but where we, keep our paper and our printer and all that fun stuff. So if you have an old house, you kind of have to mishmash your spaces and make it work. So now I'm going to show you how I organize my books. This seems to work pretty good for us. As you can see, this is all of our bookshelves. This is like 90% of the books that we have. I do not keep a ton of like storybooks. I tend to like sell them in my garage sale each year, or I take them to a local like bookstore, and she gives me credit to use in her store because we just don't have enough space to like have like endless picture books. but I do like to have a lot of like other resources that we use for homeschooling. So these are all of like the Usborne Shine Your Light books, and then we kind of go into, well, this one's in the wrong space, but a lot of these are Usborne, but politics and government, these are all like math books. This one should be actually over here. So these are all like math books, and then again, you could say like these are math as well. So from like here to here is all like math. That one's out of place, but, and then these are all the space ones I have so far. I'd like to get some more. We actually just picked this up at the library book sale. It's called Eyewitness to America, and it's supposed to be pretty good. So it's all of like actual accounts of people who are in different like historical periods, or like different things that have happened historically. Like, so let's say like Lincoln's assassination, there's like actual eyewitness accounts of like people who were in the theater. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So then we go into like history type stuff. So all of our like World War stuff and different things like that. And then like if you lived in time periods type books. And then again, this is all history, or like castles, countries, medieval world, all that different, you know, historical type of stuff. So I like to have like each cube, if I can fit it, be different subjects. So math, space is thrown in there. This is all history, and then here is all like the encyclopedias, or the illustrated like grammar and punctuation and different things like that. And so we actually pull those out and use those quite frequently. And then down at the end here, it's kind of like just like those random books you get, like How Things Work and Questions and Answers, and kind of like books that they don't fit into like a specific category, but they're fun to like flip through. And then, and this one here this is going to be like all of our history stuff that we're not currently using, but I plan to use. And so we have our Spangled Story, which is our next unit we're going to be doing. This is the Tuttle Twins America's History, which I thought I would use as a curriculum, but it's more of like just like a read aloud story. And so we have read some of it, but maybe I'll pull it back out again this year and try it again. And then these are just some of like the Tuttle Twins like easy readers. And then this is all like just random stuff about the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights. My sister-in-law gave that to me when she ended her homeschooling career. So I got a lot of fun stuff from her. So moving down here, this is all of the science units that we are not currently using and the books that go along with them. And then like the student workbooks that go along with them. Those are all the Good and the Beautiful units that we'll pull out throughout the year and use. And then these are all like just guidebooks and things like that, or like camping books or outdoor books, things like that. There's another one there. That should probably be over there, but it doesn't fit. And then these, unfortunately, don't fit on my shelves, but these are really great books, these big book ones. And so those are just kind of tucked in there, and I do have to like pull them out every once in a while because the kids, they can't see the binding on the books, they won't pull them out. And then moving on, these are going to be like all like outdoor things. So we have like, this is like national parks, trees, mysteries of nature, native plants, and then this goes into like birds and reptiles, and then weather. So this is actually a lot here. Again, I like to not get more than what fits in my shelves, but they are getting pretty full. And then the last one over here, again, is kind of a collection of different things, but they do kind of go in order. So like elements, and then like planet Earth, dinosaurs, science, and then a lot of this down here is human body, because we did human body last year as like one of our unit studies. So I hope this is helpful. I hope this kind of helps you see like how, you know, maybe you can organize your shelves as well. And it's not just me talking and talking. So the second shelf is more of like either read-alouds or chapter books and things like that. So these don't fit, but these are good in the beautiful books here, and then these are all good in the beautiful books here and here. So those are all ones from like their library, and I have them just in order of like level. So they're either ones that they've used for like their actual curriculum or ones that we've ordered and the boys have read through or have not read through yet, but they plan to. And then moving on down here, these are all of like the who was, where was, when was books. So we have a ton of those because we do use those along with our history curriculum. And then of course, no homeschool room is complete without the collection of Little House on the Prairie books. Let me move this basket. And then down here is all of like my Dr. Seuss books and things like that, and like Dragons Love Tacos, things that I've had since the kids were little, and I just can't part with them because I love them so much. And then if you can see on this shelf, it's kind of like, these are all like older books. I really like collecting like older stories and things like that. So a lot of like these here are all just like older books that I've gotten in like book sales, and then like books that have like multiple stories in them. Sorry, Ellie's kind of taking over. And then here is just more like stories and golden books and things like that. And then we start all of our read-alouds that we're not currently using, but I plan to or have used in the past. So those start here and they go all the way down here. And once this is full, which you can see it is right now, I try not to buy any more until we've done, you know, some and donated them. And then my last one here is just the Magic Treehouse collection, which my oldest son read, and then my middle one didn't really prefer them, but my youngest likes me to read them out loud to him. So we're gonna be doing more of those this school year. So that is all the bookshelves and how I have them organized. They're pretty packed right now because we're about to start the school year in September. But let me take you real quick out to our homeschool area. So like I said, it's a very old house. So this is where we do like almost all of our homeschool right here at our dining room table. And then we do have like our read aloud poster. We're reading The Wild Robot right now. And then we have these baskets here. These are all of my stories, like paperback stories. That's all we have. And then I donate or sell them like as we go through them so they don't become overwhelming. And then this here is our library basket. So we always keep our library books separate so we're not like scrambling to find them. And then my boys get Ranger Rick from their Nana, and so I keep those in there, and a lot of times they'll pull them out for like when they're eating breakfast and stuff like that. And then I'll just kind of like pan around and show you. So my oldest plays piano, so there's his piano, and then that leads out to our living room. This is, like I said, our dining room, and then these are just books over here that like I'm currently reading or using just throughout the summer, so that will change. And then this is also like a homeschool closet, or not closet, cupboard. So these are all like sticker books or like how to draw books, just like little activity books they can pull out or we'll use when we travel. And then like cords and headphones and things in there. Excuse me, baby. And then we have little bins for like extra math things and manipulatives, and our Yodo supplies and more math things down at the bottom. And then this cupboard is all of our, I've done videos on how we do morning basket time, but we call it gather around time. So this is all the different resources that we're currently using or plan to use within our morning basket this year. And then down on the bottom, this is just like Bible studies for me. My son has Chiari, so that's a book all about Chiari. And then these are all just like faith-based things or things that we use for church that we keep down there. So yeah, and then these drawers are just extra supplies. That was loud. So a lot of extra supplies. We get a lot of supplies given to us from our military base here. So we store all the extra stuff that we're given in there. So that is it. That is how we homeschool in the space that we homeschool in. If you'd like to see how we organize our game shelf or how I organize my, here, let me turn you around real quick. Okay, so that was our homeschool room in homeschool spaces, and where we do, I would say like 90% of our schooling each day, except for when we're traveling. So I hope you found this helpful. If you want to see how I organize all of our games, I can definitely give you a tour of upstairs where my game shelf is and how we organize those by different subject and things like that. Ellie is really into wanting to be in this video today. I think it's because I'm moving around and usually I sit in one space. Also in my basement area, we have a tinker room where the boys can work on different projects, and then I have shelves of like how I organize like all my manipulatives and different like learning toys and things that I'll pull up while we're doing our read aloud time. So that's another space that I can definitely give you a tour of to show you how I organize all the curriculum that I'm saving for like years to come, or all of the like manipulatives and things that I don't need on the daily. So I store those in a different space in my house. So if those are either of those things, like you want to see how I have those organized, please comment down below and I'll try and do a video of both of those spaces. I've never done a video like this, so I hope it wasn't too like long and piecey, but I wanted you to get a sense of how we organize our stuff so that it maybe inspires you to get started on your homeschool space or just clean it up and get it ready for the school year to come. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. And if you like this kind of video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.